All right, let's get going. Okay, so we're gonna start for the breathing with the little without the music, and then we'll turn it on. So tonight is about heart openers. Also, as you may be able to tell, it looks a little different up here. I like that we get to like watch this unfolding together. Let me just see if that helps focus. Okay, yeah. The walls are no longer white. They are faded terracotta. So it looks a little cozy, a little different. Um, you're gonna want to start with a block or something that you can arch your back over so that we can start to just comfortably and very gently begin to expand into the space of our heart. So if you don't have a block, or if you think a block is too hard, you might want to grab a pillow. And coming onto your mat, start with knees bent also, because that's going to help support your low back here. You're going to come down onto elbows, find the middle of your back with the edge of the mat or the block, and then set your body all the way down and over. And so this might be a little intense. So again, feet bent to start. You can also support underneath your head with your arms. You can get a second block and put your head up on the block so it's not quite as intense to start. Set yourself up in a pose that you can find some surrender in to start. And as you bring in whatever you need to start tonight's practice, and then feel your body draped over those props, kind of like a melting dolly painting. Arms out to the side if you're not holding your head, fingertips gently curled in, and maybe start to walk your legs a little bit forward. And if it feels okay, you can extend your legs completely and let your toes drop out to the side. And then once you have addressed your body, your physical body, and created support for that in this shape, then start to tend to your breathing. Seal your lips so that your breath comes in and out through your nose. If you'd like to physically tune into your breathing, you can bend at your elbows and bring fingertips onto the side ribs so that you can feel your inhale and your exhale. Continue to slow down your breath. Become conscious and aware of how deep it is if you're pulling it down all the way to the space behind your navel. You can let your hands drop back down by your side, and again, a little bit of ease and surrender. And then, if you have not yet dropped into an ujjayi breath, where you can feel the breath draw across the back of your throat and you create a slight constriction there as it pulls down into your lungs, and start to do that so you can also hear the sound of your breath. And then, as you feel your body relax, feel the breath start to work its magic over your body. Also, notice how, by the simple act of bringing awareness to your breath, your mind has started to slow down as well. No longer darts frantically from thought to thought, but instead starts to become a little bit less energized. You may have heard of the five koshas or layers in yoga. And the first three we have just addressed, and that's really the point, or one of the points of the yoga practice, is to take our physical body and our mental layer, and between those two is the breath. So the breath almost acts like the fascia, right? Tending to the skin and then to the muscles underneath. And it allows us to kind of yoke those two together and allows them to become a little bit more frictionless. To then gain the fourth layer is some inner wisdom. And then the fifth layer is samadhi, or allowing connection to happen outside of your body. So you've got to really work on, what's going on inside with your thoughts, with your breath, your spiritual body, your physical body, to gain wisdom about yourself in order to feel that connection to all living things. And I also think that by really channeling our energy and our physical practice into our heart space, for me, that's where I can also start to feel that connection, that kind of breaking open the shell that we oftentimes walk through life in, to start to reestablish connections, not only with people around us, but also our environment. What kind of interactions did you have with the soil today? With some dirt, maybe with a tree or snow or sand, a plant. A couple more slow breaths here. And then begin to lift your head up just slightly. Pull your elbow tips in and move the block off to the side. So you're propped up on your elbows. Bring your legs together, point your toes. And then with palms face down, you're going to slip your palms underneath your glutes, thumbs in towards middle. Work your elbow tips as close as they can go towards each other. And then let your chin lift up, head drop back. Keep your glutes grounding down onto your palms, the back of your hands. And then maybe even the crown of your head will come down to the mat. Start to point your toes, activate your legs for fish pose. Press down more through your elbows and your forearms. Empty out all of your air. Engage your core on your next inhale. Gently bring your head up. Slide your glutes onto fingertips and then slowly press yourself up to seated. Bring a gentle bend into your knees and then pull your feet in for Sukhasana. It's a comfortable seated position. If you'd like to, you can always sit up on a prop. Hands down by your side. Press your fingertips down to lengthen your spine. Draw your shoulders back. Take an inhale. And exhale. So running through the Anamaya Kosha, your physical body. Feeling yourself here, noticing maybe if your chest feels a little bit more different, a little bit more open than it did when you started, or how you carried your body through the day. Then take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel your energetic body ignite with that breath. The prana maya kosha. And so prana is probably a familiar word to you. Prana meaning energy or life force. And so that is the name in Sanskrit for this body, the energetic body. And that is tended to by the breath. And then let your awareness drop, or rather rise up to your mind, your thoughts, the flittering, maybe now a little bit more stillness. Feel how much the breath can affect that area, that body, that layer of our being. All right, from here, hinging at the hips, making sure you keep a nice straight back. Start to fold forward. Walk your hands forward in front of you. For those of you that are avoiding spinal flexion, keep your fingertips out and reach your chest forward, and let your forward fold be more like this. If you'd like to hang a little bit more and get some opening in the back body, then you can let your chin drop. Making sure though that in both positions, you're keeping your hips heavy as though there was sandbags weighting them down. Breathing here in your forward fold, seated forward fold. Tunage started. Now slowly start to walk your hands over to the right. Again, keeping either a lengthening in your spine. So gaze is up, spine is long, left hip. Imagine you had somebody just holding that hip down as you stretch away from it. Getting long into your left side body. And then as you exhale, make your way back through center. Walk your hands over to the left side. Feel your right side get long and stretch. Breathing into the right lungs, right side. Slowly, on your exhale, walk yourself back into center. And then walk your hands forward, start to let your hips be light. Roll forward into all fours. Bring your knees back underneath your hips. Find a little sway side to side. Maybe do some barrel rolls or spinal flexion and extension. Traditional cat-cow. And then tuck your toes, gently lift up to a short down dog. Press your heels as far down as they'll go, and then make your way to the top of your mat into an Uttanasana forward fold. Being conscious of how maybe your hamstrings are not quite ready to go into a very deep fold, so bending your knees, keeping hip width distance, or maybe even a little bit wider. Let the crown of your head hang down. Bring your hands behind your legs. Gently press your hands into your calves. Start to trace your hands now up the back side of your body, over your hamstrings, noticing any tightness. And then bring your hands to your low back. Interlace your palms, or if you know that you have very tight shoulders, then grab your strap here and just grab onto both sides of the strap. So you can, let it be maybe like 6 inches to a foot between hands. Keep your knees again bent as much as you need to, so you're supporting your torso on your thighs, and then start to reach your arms up overhead. So if you have fingers interlaced, knuckles can go up. Feel the shoulder heads pulling away and back, expansion across from clavicle to clavicle. Again, maybe even shake the head if you need to just let go around your neck. Press a little bit more through your feet. Maybe find a little bit more of a lengthening and a lifting through your hips. Exhale, relax your head. Let your fingertips start to maybe drop forward. Again, you can be using that strap. Take an inhale. And exhale. Start to let the left knee bend more. Straighten the right leg, and then just gently twist your chest a little bit open to the right side. Hands dropping over to the left. Come back into center. Bend the right knee. Drop the hands over to the right side. Gaze a little bit over to the left. Making sure that you're not cranking on your neck, but just letting it just be a gentle gaze to guide your body in that way. Come back to center, arms overhead. Inhale, press more through your feet. And then exhale, slowly bring your hands down. Press into your feet, pull your hands up your shins, take a halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale, fold. Press through your feet, inhale, come all the way up to standing, reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. We're going to do a little bit of a sunflower-like action to start to open up more into our side bodies. I want you to reach your arms up, grab opposite elbows. Press your feet down. Start to reach over to the left side. And then let yourself come all the way down into a fold. Bottom of your exhale. And then inhale, reaching with the left elbow, come up the right side. All the way up to standing. Now going the opposite direction. Exhale, start to drop over to the right side. Coming all the way down to the bottom. That's your very emptiest part of your breath. And then reaching with the right elbow. Inhale, come up. Stretching all the way up, and then reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down by your side into heart center and come to stand at the front of your mat. Inhale up, and then exhale, fold. Plant both hands down, step both feet back, finding a plank position. Inhale here. Exhale, knees down, and then lower down halfway. Chaturanga Dandasana. You want to make sure that your elbows are always lower than your shoulders. So you're not dipping and touching all the way down, because that can really start to shred, as my friend Carrie says, my PT yoga friend Carrie, your deltoids, your shoulders. So you want to give yourself some grace and then pull through, straighten your legs and press into your upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, hips go up, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Spread your fingers and press into the mat. Let your head hang down. Inhale. And exhale, heels drop. And inhale. And exhale. Last time in. Exhale, gaze forward. And then walk yourself to the front of your mat into your Uttanasana forward fold. Again, being generous with your knees. Inhale, pull your hands up your shins, lift halfway. And exhale, fold. Maybe grabbing behind your legs, giving yourself a gentle squeeze. Inhale, arms up. This time, we're just going to grab wrists and exhale over to the left side. Inhale, come up to center. And then exhale, grab the opposite wrist over to the right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back plank. Inhale here in your plank. This time I'm going to do the option of knees stay lifted. Rock forward. Lower down halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana. Really, I feel like mine is more of like a 1/3. Then kick your toes back, pull your chest through, upward facing dog. And roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Whew, still a little sensitive on those toesies. The hut trip, the leftovers of the hut trip. Still with me. Take a deep breath in. And exhale out. Relax your head. Again, inhale. And exhale. Last breath in. Exhale all of the air out on empty. Look forward and take a big step or 2 big steps to the front of your mat. Uttanasana forward fold. Inhale, press up halfway. Feel your back turn on and lift here and then match it with your core. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms come up. This time, exhale, cactus your arm. Firmly plant your feet so that you feel your core supporting you here as you open your chest up towards the sky. Palms open, fingertips spread. Take another inhale here. Exhale, pull your elbow tips a little bit closer to your side ribs. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, fold into. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands. Now, this time I'm going to guide us through a little bit more of a jump. So if that's interesting to you, go ahead and try it tonight. And if it's not interesting, then take one of the 2 previous variations for the Surya Namaskar. So empty all breath out. Plant your hands, bend your knees, and when you jump back, you want a little bit of bend, of cushion in your elbows. Then lower down halfway, kick toes back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Draw your heels towards each other so that your ankles stay strong and they don't just relax out to the side, but instead strong legs. And then exhale, back and up, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Feel your arms strong, pushing you back, keeping this shape. 1 more breath in. Exhale all of the air out. Hold on empty. Bend your knees gently. And then practice taking a little hop to the front of your mat. If you like to. Inhale, pull hands up. Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Hold here. Breathe in, lift your chest higher. Press more through your feet. Exhale, elbow tips closer in towards your side ribs. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. So I'd like you to take 3 more rounds of this Surya Namaskar A. Your choice if you want to practice the hops, or if you like the knees down for Chaturanga, or if you'd like to just skip Chaturanga altogether and just do a Cobra, totally fine. But I'd like you to, as you move through this, and it's very simple movement, so it's a little difficult to get derailed here. But think about the physical body, the mind, and how your breath links them as you move through this moving meditation, this salutation to the sun. So I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to move through the movements. If you get lost along the way, you could glance up at the screen or just make something up, but try and do 3 rounds. All right, starting now. You do make your way into your down dog. 3 breaths there. You can keep the cactus arms that's standing at the front, or choose one of those other variations, the sunflower or the side stretch. Depending on what side of your heart needs a little tugging, needs a little bit of opening tonight. Maybe it's the side ribs. Maybe it's the front or the back. When you're done with your third round, we'll meet at standing at the front of your mat. Hands together at heart center. And checking in with where we feel a difference or an opening, or maybe even just an attunement or more of an awareness of a part of our physical body. Could even just be the simple thumping of your heart. Coming back into your breath. And then noticing the more focus and ability to stay in the present moment with your mind. So we're going to move into some balancing here, and you might want to have a block near the front of your mat. This is my front of the mat right now. I'll face you. Having two standing. Oh, this guy's a little out of focus. Oh boy. Wrong way, Geneva. Okay, there we go. Now you can see my face. Hi, everybody. Okay. So we're going to come into Vrikasana, or tree pose. We'll start with our right foot grounded. Lift your left knee up. Give it a gentle squeeze. And then opening it out to the side. Keep your hand there. Hold it. Reach down. Find your ankle and place your foot on the inside of your thigh. Now, bend a little bit into your standing leg so you have some engagement in the muscles and something to press into. Skip the inside of your knee. So if you can't make it up like this high, you'll skip grabbing that heel into the side of the knee, because that's no bueno, and go down to calf or just kickstanding to the side of the ankle. And once you find your stable stance, hands to the hips to start, and then look at something that's not moving. Pull your core in. Draw your shoulders together and down your back. Start to move your hands away from your hips. Bring them up to the side in a cactus. Again, palms open, and then start to pull them back. Draw shoulder blades together and down. Yeah, really nice. Breathe in slowly through your nose and out through the nose. Keep your core engaged. Again, inhale and exhale. Pull those shoulder blades together a little bit more. Inhale, lift your arms up. Draw that left knee forward. And then you'll start to match your knees and then kick it back behind you. Moving slowly into your Virabhadrasana 3. And then eventually hinging more forward into vertical splits. So this is where you might want to use that block at the front of your mat underneath your hands. You can go to any size or down, hands onto the mat. Wherever you find your hands, gaze down the length of your left leg and then curl toes down, lift your heel up. And slowly start to bend your right knee, set your left foot down. Coming into a nice high lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up. Pull left hip forward, right hip back. Take an inhale. And then exhale, sweep both hands down. Plant your left hand to the inside of your right. And then twist open right arm up. Gaze up to the right hand. And then bring it back down. Plant both hands. Step your right foot back to meet the left. Inhale. And then exhale all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Press the tops of your feet down. Bring your hands to your low back. Interlace your fingers, or again, you can find your strap. Start to pull your fingers back, lift head, neck, and chest up. And then feet up, bringing the insides of your feet or the arches as close as they can get to each other, lifting up into Salambhakasana, locust pose. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, release. Bring one ear down to the mat. Let your arms slip down by your side. And just relax, letting your body melt. Closing your eyes. Tending to your physical body. Bringing chest back into middle. Lift up, plant your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out. And inhale. And exhale. Last time, breath in. Look forward, exhale all the air out. Take a little hop or step in front of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. And then exhale, hands down to heart center. Being onto the second side. Plant your left foot down. Have that as the root. Lift your right knee up and give it a gentle squeeze. And then with your right hand, open that knee out to the side. Reach down for that foot. Draw it in. Place it on your standing leg, on the inside of that thigh or calf. Making a gentle bend in that knee so that you have something to press into. Hands up to heart center. Reach your arms up. And then this time you'll circle them back. Grab opposite elbow or take a reverse prayer. So opposite elbow or opposite wrist, or reverse prayer, working your hands up your back, pressing fingertip into the opposite. Continue to breathe here. And slowly release your hand. By your side, draw your knee back forward. And you're going to let it drop down. Extend it back behind you, coming into Virabhadrasana 3. So right leg back. And then start to fold down even more. Again, finding your block or fingertips to the mat. Gaze down, curl toes down. Square your hips and then lift that active right leg up. Start to bend in the left knee and set your right foot down. High lunge. Sweep your arms up. Inhale and exhale. And feeling your core drawing in, your low back supporting all around the middle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, reach forward. Plant the right hand down, sweep the left arm back and around. Reaching your left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in and out. And inhale and exhale. Last deep breath in. Exhale, sweep the hand forward. Frame around your front foot. Step back. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. All right, this time a little bit different. You're going to bend both knees. Reach for the outside of your ankles. Again, if you need to, you can always utilize your strap around your ankles. And if you do that, you might need to kind of come down and strap around them to get a good hold before you come up. A little bit awkward. Or you can grab ankles and flex your feet back. So shoulders are already a little bit lifted off the mat. Keep active feet and then start to press them straight up towards the ceiling. Let that give you the initial lift in your chest. Maybe lift your gaze just slightly off the front of your mat. Kick your feet into your hands. Feel your chest open. Press your feet up more towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. One more time, deep breath in. And then exhale, slowly release all the way down. Set your opposite ear to the mat. Feel your body melt. Get a little bit longer. Let the edges start to blur with each exhale. Slow down your breathing. Tending to your physical body. Finding your energetic state, your prana maya kosha, letting your breath start to dictate and control that energy. Hold chin in to center, plant your hands under your shoulders. Gently press up, and this time press up just to all fours. We're going to move into dolphin pose. You're going to bring your forearms down to the mat. Grab opposite elbows so that you have shoulder width distance here. And then extend your fingertips back forward like trees sprouting from your elbows. Keep the middle finger a straight line down your arms, and then spread your fingers as far as you can from there. Drop your gaze down. Inhale into your upper back. Feel your serratus interior all around your shoulder blades. Turn on, wrapping those shoulder blades around. Hold that engagement and then tuck your toes, lift up. Inhale, walk your toes in. And then exhale, press through your forearm. Finding your dolphin pose. Take 2 more breaths into adjusting the physical posture. Maybe walking in a little bit closer or walking your feet out a little bit wider to accommodate any tightness in your body. And then once you've found your physical shape, take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out your nose. Inhale, move the breath into your upper back. And exhale, release. Continue to hold your dolphin. Deep breath in through your nose. Press down more through your forearm. Exhale. Relax your neck. Inhale through your nose. Feel lightening and expansion across your shoulder blades. Exhale, let your heels relax down. Inhale. Slow release of air out. Control your breath. Take a deep breath in. Slowly release it out. Inhale. Move your breath into the area that's starting to feel the heat. Exhale, release and wash out that heat. Keep spreading through your palms, press down, breath in. Exhale out. Feel that heat building. Feel yourself burning through something like a phoenix about to rise. Inhale. Let yourself go down in flames. Exhale. 2 more breaths here. You can do this. In through your nose. Out through your nose. This last one in through your nose. Open your mouth. See if you can open it so wide. Stick your tongue out. Tap your chin. Lion's breath. Exhale. On empty, bring your knees down to the mat. Holy guacamole. Whew. Hips back over your heels. Child's pose. Feel the blood rush back down into your upper arms. Like a release of water over a fire. The cooling sensation all in the shoulders, down to the fingertips, down the side bodies. And allowing the physical body to relax. Feeling the pressure on the middle of your forehead, third eye center. Feeling the thoughts start to calm. Coming back into stillness and the steady rhythm of your breath in and out. Inhale, slowly pull yourself back up and forward, all fours. Tuck your toes and press back, downward facing dog. And make sure your block is somewhere near the front of your mat. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, bend your knee, thigh to ribs, and come forward, planting your left foot. Inhale, come up, high lunge, keeping that right leg strong, right knee lifted, reach your arms up. Start to straighten your left leg. Pull your right hip forward, inhale. Exhale, begin to hinge at your hips. Reaching fingertips forward, draw your navel up and in. And then you'll come all the way down into pyramid pose. And if you'd like to, you can plant the block any height to the inside of your left foot. Keep your hips square, right heel lifted so that you have enough room here. You notice your feet are not on the same line down the middle of your mat, but there's enough room to pull the right hip forward and keep your hips square. You can Maybe give yourself a little bit of grace and bend in that left knee so that your left ribs will come down and actually meet that thigh. So that you can feel your breath, your inhale radiate through those ribs all the way into that left hamstring. Slowing down the breathing. Not rushing through the poses, but instead letting your breath marinate your physical body. And slowly start to bend the left knee, plant your hands and step back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out, resetting. And then inhale, right leg lifts. Bend your knee, exhale, thigh to ribs, and then come forward, planting your right foot by your right thumb. Inhale, sweep your arms up, high lunge. Pulling the left hip forward, right hip back, bending this knee so that it's right over that ankle. So right here, you're heating up that hamstring, and then we'll stretch it out. So give it a little challenge, and then slowly start to press that right leg towards straight. Pulling the right hip back. Not locking out that knee, but keeping a gentle bend. And then pivoting at the hips, reach forward. Take a breath here, challenge. And then exhale, hands down again. Finding maybe the block to the inside of the right foot, enough so that you can pull the right hip back. Keep integrity in your hips. Maybe eventually easing your fingertips down or lowering the block. 1. And then give a little bend into your right knee so that you can feel the right ribs. And then breathe in. And feel that breath come all the way through to the right hamstring. And out. And not rushing on to the next thing, but really feeling your body in this shape. This is all that you have to do for the next 3 breaths. Allowing the pose to gently unfold. Slowly bending your right knee, and this time stepping forward to the front of your mat. Grab your strap and slowly come up to standing. All right. So we're going to move into another standing posture, heart opener. One of my favorite poses, dancer's pose. So we're going to do it tonight with a strap. So that you get more of a heart opener. And I'll demonstrate how we do the strap first, so that when we do move into the posture together, you're not staring at the screen watching me maybe fall. No bueno. But instead, you know where you need to go, and you can look at something that's not moving. All right, so I'll do it from a side angle and then a front angle. So with this strap, what you'll do is you'll just bisect it in half, because you're going to slip your foot through this part. And this can work with, also with like a scarf or a belt, anything like that. You don't need anything super long. You'll bend your foot and you'll bring the top of your foot into that loop. And then you'll have it in the same hand. You're going to throw it over your shoulder. Zip the knees together. And then keeping the chest lifted, you'll start to raise that elbow up, kick back, and then reach up with the other hand. So both hands are pulling the strap. And you'll notice that I'm not tipping and hinging my hips forward. I like to think of the teacup song. So you don't want to tip the teacup and pour the tea out. Instead, you want to keep the tea in, pulling forward and through. So what that looks like from the front, a little bit more symmetrical, chest reaching forward, both elbows grazing by the ribs and up. Okay, we're gonna do it together. Do the opposite leg to start. So left foot rooting down, bend the right knee and just take your strap across the bottom of that foot, or the top of that foot rather, and then pull the strap over your shoulder. From here, zip your knees towards each other. Keep a little bend, a little movement in your standing leg. Slowly reach your elbow tip up. The opposite hand, find that strap. Engage your core. Start to gently kick the foot into the strap. Work your hands up the strap and then pull your elbow tips forward. Draw that knee back in so it's not opening out to the side. Pull your elbow tips as close as they can towards each other so you see your biceps in your peripheral vision. You're looking at something that's not moving. And then once you've set your body up in the pose, take a deep breath in and out. Core is engaged so that your low back is supported. Inhale. Exhale. Last time for good measure and for heat building, take a deep breath in. And exhale slowly. Let that knee come down, let the strap slip out. And then bring that foot all the way down. All right, plant your feet. Find a nice neutral pelvis. Hands down by your side. Take a deep breath in and out. And inhale and exhale. Feel your heart rate start to slow. The spanda, that buzzing like energy from the pose, start to drain and get slower. Come back into your center. And we'll move to the opposite side. So grounding down through the right foot, bend your left knee, capture that foot with the strap, cross the top of that foot, both sides of the strap into the left hand, and then swing it over your shoulder. You're just carrying that foot, right? Like a little backpack. And then notice how my knee is kicking out to the side. Just wants to do that. Zip it back in. It's like you're pressing everything into midline and then forward and back, right? So we're not like moving in 4 directions in space, just front and back, right? Zip it between 2 panes of glass. Lift your elbow up. Reach up with the opposite hand. Capture the strap. Right here, notice if you're just like collapsing, letting your ribs flare, pull them in, engage your core. Then start that gentle kick, foot into hands, maybe walking your hands up that strap, and then pulling your elbow tips forward. Again, inhale. Maybe walk your hands a little bit closer up that strap, zip the knee in, and pull elbow tips forward. And then hold, breath in, and out. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, because the heat's really starting to build. Inhale. And exhale slowly. Let the strap slip. Move it out to the side. And bring feet down. This time, hands a little bit at your hips, feet a little bit wide. Just take some gentle pelvic circles, rotations. And feet together, toes slightly out, heels in. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, hands down through heart center. Come down into Malasana. Bring your hands down to the mat. Knees down. And then slip your knees to one side. Time to lay down on your mat. Just take a gentle figure 4. So left leg over the right knee bent. The outside of your ankle is just above your right knee. Ground down through your low back. Gently pull in. Hands interlaced right above your hamstring or just behind the knee. Like pulling in. And then release your hands. Bring your right foot down to the mat. So you still have this figure 4 position. Then you're just going to drop over to the right side so that the left foot can come down. You can reach down with your right hand, capture that foot. So it's a little bit of a supine twist. Maybe reach with your left hand, find your right foot. That one's a little bit harder to get. So if you don't get it, don't worry about it. Slowly roll back into the center. Let the left foot come down to the mat. Reach the right leg up, taking a figure 4 outside of that ankle, just above the knee. Lift your left knee up. Interlace your hands. And gently pull in. Feel your low back pressing down into the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly release the interlace. Let your foot come down. And then drop over to the left side so that your right foot stomps down on the ground. Reach down with your left hand and find that foot. So again, you can stay here. It's just a little bit of a supine spinal twist. Really working to open up that low back that can get a little crunchy during dancer's pose. If you did so on the other side, maybe see if you can find the opposite, the bottom foot, left foot with the right hand. And slowly release your feet. Come back into center. Plant both feet down on the mat. Arms out to the side and extend both legs. Letting your body down. And feeling that energy a little buzzing through your body. The physical spots that got a little stretch tonight, got a little exertion. Notice how easy the breath comes in and out. A little bit deeper and a little bit longer of a rhythm as before. And bring your awareness to your mind. Perhaps a sense of peace or calm started to come over what was a little bit maybe more fragmented, disparate thoughts running in different directions and lack of focus. Slowly wiggle your fingers and toes. Draw your knees up to the ceiling. Gently drop to one side. Pressing up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands together to heart center. Take an inhale, draw your thumbs up, reflecting on your inner wisdom, the benefits of your 60-minute practice. And then also the connection beyond your mat, people that we share this practice with. Though we're far apart, there's still that energetic connection beyond the space that you occupy on your mat. Be curious, follow your bliss. Namaste.